What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode of the Second of Strength podcast, wherever you're at. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for spending a couple of those valuable seconds with me today. Hey, look, if you haven't done so already, it helps me a ton. If you just take a quick minute and go to wherever you're listening to this and just give it a 5-star review rating. If you leave a review, it helps me a ton. But the only way truly we get this message out to more people, and whether that is helping more teenagers, helping more adults like you, whoever it is, the only way we do it is by sharing this. But today, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice, and it's the advice. Look, I just don't know that you want to hear, and I don't know how to phrase that other than this is the advice that I'm going to give today. It's the advice you don't want to hear, but. And the advice is this: nobody's coming to save you. And I wish that wasn't the case, because there's been a lot of times in my life where there's been stresses and struggles and pains and frustrations. And I just wish there was like this magic wand that would come and save me and just change everything. And I don't know. The way I've been seeing the world recently and all the things that are going on, whether that's economic struggles or whether that is, that's emotional or mental health challenges, and whether you're a teenager, whether you're an adult, it doesn't really matter who you are. I just think that there's a lot going on, and sadly, no one's coming to save you. But that's maybe the worst news I can give you, the advice that you don't want to hear, but it's also the best news I can give you. And, what's happening today in the world is there's a lot of limiting beliefs that are limiting the potential of you, your teenagers. If you are a teenager, who you can become, what you can become. There's a lot of limiting beliefs standing between you and what matters most. And, some of those limiting beliefs really are, the biggest one, and maybe some of these resonate with you. And I can tell you exact moments in my life when every single one of these limiting beliefs entered in. And, just, I don't know, sometimes it's debilitating, sometimes it's crippling, sometimes it's, I don't know, it's just, I don't know. I just struggle. And quite frankly, I've been struggling a lot recently. And I think that no matter who in the world you follow, whether that's on social media, whether that is, motivational speakers, whether that is people in your life that you admire, every single person struggles. That's one thing I tell teenagers when I go speak in schools, is that everybody struggles. It's okay to struggle. It doesn't make you, it's just normal. That's part of life is the struggle. But, at some point in my life, every single one of these limiting beliefs that may be impacting you right now today is something that I have felt and had to work through or am working through or trying to overcome. But, first one is just that feeling of not being enough. I think that, whether you feel like you're not smart enough, you feel like you're not, pretty enough, you feel like you're not strong enough, whatever that is, it's a real feeling. It's a real struggle that a lot of people have, a lot of teenagers have, just not feeling like they're enough, or not good enough to warrant happiness, success, for people to love them the way that they should, that they deserve to be loved. And I resonate with that. I feel that, but that's one of the biggest limiting beliefs that a lot of people have. Another one is a fear of failure. People are so afraid to try and do something with their life because they might come up short. I have this phrase, when you think about life is falling apart, I actually call it failing apart. Sometimes it feels like no matter what you do, life is failing apart. You try, and you fail. And, that's one of the biggest things that I've gone through in recent times is like, man, I feel like I'm pushing and doing, and like, I feel like I'm doing a lot of good things for my family, good things for myself, good things for the world. And sometimes it feels like no matter what I do, no matter what's going on, it's just, it feels like I'm failing apart. And, it's one of the most debilitating things that I can think of is having to stand up and keep going when it just feels like you're failing apart. And so, if that's you, I resonate with you. I feel you. Another one is imposter syndrome, thinking that we're just not the right person for the job, right? Or we're trying to pretend to be something we're not. And, the reality is if you think about the world and you think about all these people who have accomplished these great things, is they all started right where you're starting. They all started, not knowing how to do what they want to do. They all started, going out on a limb and being a little bit of an imposter and trying to do something that they probably weren't quite prepared for. And, so that's one of the biggest beliefs. And I think about me in going out and speaking and In fact, a couple of weeks ago, I gave my very first professional development training for teachers. I'd never done that before. I absolutely felt like an imposter. I've never taught in a classroom, to students and those things, even though I'm in education in terms of public speaking. But, I just, I felt like an imposter for sure. It went really well. I shouldn't have felt that way, but I know that we feel that. Another one that I think a lot of teenagers struggle with, and you might struggle with as well, is perfectionism. Feeling like you have to be perfect in every little thing. And if you're not perfect, you're not going to be accepted. I think this is an extremely debilitating sentiment that a lot of people feel, and one of the greatest things keeping us from where we want to go. Another one's a fear of success. What if I do succeed? And then what? What happens after that? A lot of people are really scared to actually succeed at the thing that they want to do. I suffer from this, because, when I think about where I'm going and maybe where you're going is we don't know what the path ahead is. I don't know what's around the next corner. I don't know. It's like a foggy world out there. And every time you take a step forward, the fog clears a little bit, and you take another step forward and the fog clears a little bit. And it just, that's the way life is. That's the way pursuing your goals is. And, one of my fears is, well, what's the next obstacle around that curve? What's the next obstacle? If I break through this fog, what is it going to uncover? And it's scary to think about that. And sometimes we limit our growth and we limit who we can become because we're afraid of what that actually means. I don't know if that's you, but you might resonate with that. Another one is this feeling that we have to do things alone, and like this limiting beliefs that if I don't do it myself, then no one's going to do it in terms of, success. And I think that sometimes we become these lone wolves, and we feel like, I don't know, we just feel like, I don't know. I think this is one that I've struggled with a lot in my life as well, where you feel like no one understands you. You feel like you're the only one going through what you're going through. You feel like, there's no way out, and here's the truth, and I think about these, and I think about these limiting beliefs. First thing, I think that we have to set that expectation, or the reality that everybody has limiting beliefs, big, small, new, whatever. Everybody has them. Everybody that you admire, everybody who is one step ahead of you on the journey that you're going through. And I believe that success leaves clues. Well, we should look at the clues of other people that broke through those limiting beliefs, because everybody's got them. Nobody's exempt from them. And there's lots of causes for them. Sometimes it's the past. Sometimes it's, just circumstantial. Sometimes just the way things happen. Sometimes it's your past thoughts. We think like 60,000 negative thoughts a single day. And all of those thoughts that we think or 90% of those thoughts are thoughts from like yesterday. And we keep thinking these same thoughts, and we keep reliving our life, and we've got to break that. And so, but here's what I know. What I know is this, and this has taken me a long time to come to terms with, come to grips with. And no matter what my limiting beliefs, no matter how often I felt like, a failure, or life is falling apart, or I feel like an imposter, or I feel like everything has to be perfect, or I can't move forward, or afraid of success, or afraid of, just not being enough. No matter how many times I have felt it in my life, here's the truth. And it's a hard truth, and it's a real truth, but it's a truth that I need you to hear. And I probably need to hear it myself today. But the truth is this: nobody's coming to save you. Nobody can do this for you. You've got to do it yourself. And that may sound really negative, and it may sound harsh, and it may sound difficult, but the truth is that I hope that is the most empowering statement that you hear. And I hope that you take that statement of no one is coming to save me, and I hope that you take it and run with it. Because what that means is all of these limiting beliefs, fear of failure, perfectionism, fear of success, imposter syndrome, all of those things, nobody's coming to save you, but you do have what it takes to save yourself. You have what it takes to work through whatever you are feeling, whatever that emotion is, whatever the pain is, whatever the struggle is, whatever has been tying you to your past. You have the power to move forward to your future, because your story is not yet written. Yes, there are chapters of your book. Yes, there are things that have happened in your past. Yes, there are reasons and rationale and all the things of why you are where you are at today. But it doesn't determine where you go tomorrow. That's the facts. You get to write your own story. You get to move forward. You get to decide what you're going to write on the pages of your life from here on out. Nobody's coming to save you, but you do get to save yourself. Nobody's coming to save you, but tomorrow is the day. It's actually today. There's a quote that says, the best time to have started was yesterday. The second best time is today. No matter what, you get to turn the page on your life. You get to turn the book. You get to move forward and write a new chapter. And if you didn't like the last chapter, if you feel like limiting beliefs have been limiting your potential, if you feel like limiting beliefs have been limiting your past, if you feel like limiting beliefs are limiting the happiness that you deserve to have in your life, then let's write a new chapter. Then let's do something different. Then let's change our lives, because nobody's coming to save you, but you do get to save yourself. Think about that. Think about that. Now I want you to look back, and you may go, man, I can't overcome these. Like, Tanner, look, this is really hard for me because you don't know what I've been through. I know I don't. I know I don't. You don't know what I've been through. But just because you've been through it, just because you've been through pains, you've been on this, this roller coaster of life that has been just feels like it's been in a free fall for the longest time. It still doesn't matter, because your past is your past. Your future is what you get to decide, and you get to decide it by the now. And so whatever you've been through, I know I don't know what it is. I know it's been painful. I know it's been difficult. And I know that there are reasons that you have the limiting beliefs you have. Something's happened to you. Someone said something to you, an opinion of somebody. Somebody has done something to you that has impacted your belief in yourself. Got it. But it's still your life. And you have the power in 1 second of strength to let go of the things that have been tying you to your past, that have been weighing you down for too long. You have the power in 1 second of strength to make a new choice starting right now, that you are not going to let the things that have held you in your past be a part of your future. You have a power in 1 second of strength to choose something new. That's the power of 1 second. 1 second to change your life. 1 second to choose something new. And what happens is we've been conditioned to believe these limiting beliefs over time. And so it's going to take some time to rewrite those chapters, to rewrite the things that you want to do for your future. And every time those limiting beliefs come in, 1 second of strength, let's move forward. Every time you say, I'm not good enough, yes, I am. Every time you say, I don't have what it takes to do this, yes, you do. I don't have what it takes to overcome, the imposter syndrome. Yeah, you do. 1 step forward. And every single time you decide to move forward 1 step, that's a new sentence in the pages of your life that you're going to help write the future. Look, you're the hero of your story. You're the one that gets to write the book. You're the one that gets to move forward. You're the one that gets to decide how this story ends. And I hope that starting today, you decide that you're going to be the victor. I hope you decide that you're going to be the hero. I hope you decide you're going to get the girl, you're going to get the dream job, you're going to get the dream life, you're going to get all those things that you wanted in this world, because you choose to not relive the past that has been limiting your future. Because you choose that starting right now, you're moving forward. Starting right now, 1 second of strength changes the rest of your life. Starting right now, say it. I am good enough. Say it. I am strong enough. Say it. I don't have to be perfect to move forward. Nobody expects me to be perfect. I am the person who gets to win. I am the person who gets to succeed. I am the person who gets to be happy. There's a power that comes with that. One of the things I do in my school assemblies is I have the students literally say, I am. I ask this question, who's in control of your life? And they yell out loud, I am. And I'm going to ask you the exact same question. Who's in control of your life? And I hope you just said, I am. Who's in control of your life? I am. I am. I am. I am. And it doesn't matter what's happened in your past. It doesn't matter what someone says to you. It doesn't matter their opinions. It doesn't matter how they made you feel or why they made you limit who you are and why they made you feel small. You are in control of your life. I am in control of my life. And when you say that out loud, whether you said it in your mind or you verbally say it, I hope that you yell it right now. If you're in the car right now, I want you to just say, who's in control of it? I want you to yell, I am. Yell it. Because there is a power that comes with that. And when you internalize that power, you determine your future. You are in control of your life, nobody else. not the opinions that you've had of yourself, not the opinions that somebody else has planted in your mind, not the things that someone said to you that made you feel small, that made you feel like you weren't good enough, that made you feel like you couldn't become the person that you want to become. You are in control of your life. Nobody else ever gets to take that from you. And there's a power that comes with that. I hope this helps you today. Share this with someone else. Someone may need this in their life today. I don't know who it is. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's me. But somebody might need this today. So take a moment, share this with somebody. Share it through text message. Share it to your Instagram stories. Send me a message on Instagram at @RealTannerClark and let me know if this helps you. Just put in the caption. Just put in the direct message, I am. I want to know if you're in control of your life. I hope this helps you today. Wherever you're at, please, please, please go find your 1 second of strength and be happy.